Hey, this is the Project F presentation. Our topic is on traffic sign detection with convolutional neural network architectures. My name is Devan.
And I'm Mahati. Our motivation for this project is to explore more on traffic sign recognition technologies. So, traffic sign recognition is an ADAS feature that enables autonomous vehicles to detect and classify traffic sign boards in real time. Significant research has been done in this domain by using multiple CNN image processing detectors like fast RCNNs, custom-made CNN models, and the YOLO architectures. But all CNN architectures usually detect the object that occupy a major portion of an image, but that does not work well with regards to traffic sign recognition because the traffic sign boards usually end up occupying only a small portion of a large image. So our objective in this project is to explore more on object detection models for traffic sign recognition and draw a comparative study in terms of speeds and accuracies.
So our task description is that we have to test the accuracies and speeds of the baseline model that we got from a Chinese study from Tsinghua University and compare it against YOLO v4 and a custom model that we make ourselves. The dataset that we use is a German traffic sign dataset with 35,209 training and 4,000 validation samples, and there are 43 traffic sign classes. The shape of each image is a 32 by 32, that's the width and the height, by 3, and the 3 is the RGB value. Initially, this data was unbalanced, so some of the techniques that we used, among them are shuffling, grayscaling normalization, and local histogram equalization. In shuffling, we shuffle the training data to increase randomness and variety in the training dataset for our model to be more stable. And in histogram equalization, we make sure that all the classes are balanced numerically. So we take the mode of the classes and we set all classes to be the ceiling of all classes to be that number, which in our case is 250. Now on to the models. Our baseline model was inspired by Tsinghua University, and essentially it consists of 8 convolutional layers, 1 flattening layer, and 4 dense layers. While our custom model was primarily determined by trial and error, but one of the things that we tried to do was to make sure that we had a little less layers so it was less bulky. So we ended up having 5 convolutional layers, 1 flattening layer, and 4 dense layers.
About the YOLO V4 model. So before going into the model, I want to talk about usual object detection architectures. There are two types of object detection models. One would be the one-stage model and the others would be the two-stage model. A one-stage model is capable of detecting objects without the need for a preliminary step. A two-stage detector, like the CNN models, uses a preliminary stage where regions of importance are detected and then classified to see if an object has a detected region or not, is within the detected region or not. The advantage of a one-stage detector is the speed, as it will be able to make predictions quickly, allowing them to be usable for a real-time use. YOLO V4 is one such model which takes an input image and directly detects and classifies and gives us the prediction. So usually all one-stage architectures have backbone, neck and head units, mainly composing convolutional layers. A YOLO V4 is composed of 3 parts: bag of freebies, bag of specials, and CSP Darknet 53, which we already know. So what each of these networks have layers for loss functions, regularization, data augmentation, self-adversarial training, and optimal hyperparameters in varied combinations in each of the backbone, neck, and head layers for designated reasons. The main objective of a backbone layer is to extract all the essential features. The extracted features are then passed to the neck layers to collect all feature maps from different stages, and the head unit performs the predictions.
So on to the evaluation of R3 models. The baseline model evaluation was that training and validation accuracy curves remain close for accuracy and training loss. And we can see that the training loss goes down over time, achieving low error values. The accuracy ended up being 87.8%, which is pretty close to the accuracy found by the study. And the speed achieved was 5.0 hertz, and we calculated that by finding the speed of the detection, which was 0.199 seconds per prediction, and took the inverse to find the predictions per second and the rate of predictions in hertz. And for a custom evaluation, we can see that both graphs also have very little difference between training and validation sets, which mean that there's little overfitting. The accuracy is 92%, and the speed happens to be 6.2 hertz, which is derived from the fact that our speed of an individual detection was 0.1611 seconds per prediction.
The output for YOLO v4 will be a vector with coordinates of predicted box, bounding box, and the confidence score of the prediction and the label, like we see in the image in the PPT. The real-time detection speed for YOLO v4 is around 30 Hz, making it the fastest among the three models. But we have a compromised accuracy of 54% for this system on the validation dataset due to the model complexity.
So for the final comparison, we can make generalizing statements saying that the baseline model had less accuracy than the custom model, and also had a less speed than the custom model, and this may be attributed to the fact that it is bulkier, while the YOLO model seemed to have a less accuracy, but it also had the highest speed of all the models. So we can see that a single shot detectors in YOLO models always have higher speeds and compromise accuracy for that, and so they're more realistic for applications in autonomous vehicle driving.